Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started. Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Welcome to Hidden Horror. Welcome. So, unfortunately, I have some really sad information, very difficult update to bring to you today on the Alexee Trevizo case. I didn't know this information, and I've been preparing us for her trial, right? I've been working towards pushing out more content as we were getting closer to the July 22nd, 2024 pre-trial hearing, right? We're like 9 days away today. And I've been reading, and looking. And I have something that I unfortunately have to update you on. It's pretty upsetting because I think her case was able to get the national, maybe even international attention because of those videos, right? I just shared a collection of the police interviewing the medical staff. That video was almost 2 hours long. And I just found out that a lot of those videos, they're not allowing them in court. The judge said no. Also, the interviews. Now, I want to give you a little basis. Um, on the Hidden Horror Facebook page, I always try to let you know the information is there, the links are there, the articles are there. Sometimes there's pictures, additional videos, additional articles that I may not get to. Sometimes I just don't have the time or it's kind of duplicative, and I don't want to waste anyone's time. So you can read them at your leisure. Sometimes I may share two articles from two different resources, but I don't necessarily read them both. But today, I want to talk a little bit about the HIPAA law. A lot of people just abbreviate it HIPPA, right? The HIPAA law came out, it's been almost 30 years now, but it came about because it was designed to really protect a patient's medical records, their medical history, so people aren't just giving that information out freely to anyone, to any business, an individual, an employer, right? They wanted to protect that medical history for patients. Now, the incident with Alexee Trevizo, we know, happened at a hospital. Now, when the baby was found by the housekeeper who was um, at work, of course, but informed to clean that bathroom, and when she discovered the weight of the trash can was heavy, and they found the newborn, her son, Alexee Trevizo's son, that turned her doctor's visit for back pain into questions about, do you know about this small newborn baby that was found in the restroom in the trash? And of course, um, the hospital called the police because the baby was in a garbage can inside of a plastic bag. Now, of course, if you put a person in a plastic bag, you're eliminating their oxygen supply, and more than likely, especially a baby who cannot rip that bag open, is going to suffocate. And that's what happened to her son, Alexee Trevizo's newborn baby. Um, the hospital called the police because they felt this could be a crime scene. They continued to support her medically, prepping her to be sent to a different hospital that could deal more with what was happening, which is she just gave birth. She's lost a lot of blood, and we need to try to get her the medical equipment, the tools, the resources to help her. So they were going to transfer her to a different hospital. And they called the police, and the police came and they took some information, and the police officer had a camera on. So there's some video of that encounter, and also when the doctors went in to talk to her, I would say medical staff. I know one person was a doctor, the ER doctor, about finding the baby. Now, if you need me to, I can pull up that video really quick and just remind you of that. Okay, so let me do that. I have to go and get the video. My apologies. I didn't think I was going to have to bring that video up, but give me one moment, please, as I get the video. Okay. Okay, I think I have it here. Um, I'm just wanting that clip, so I apologize. There's so many videos. I just want the short clip. Mm. Okay, I'm not finding the video really quick. Okay. My apologies. There's so many videos now. It's like, wow. Okay, let me try something. Okay. All right. I'm just trying it. That initial video. How many minutes? Oh, this might be it. Okay. So, um, I'm going to share. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Just give me 1 second. I want to pause this. Okay. I'm going to add this so you have it linked to the Hidden Horror Facebook page also. And I want to share my screen now, because I want us all to be on the same page. I don't want to ever assume that you know something or you saw something. I can always refer you to my other videos, but I would like to think that if I'm going to have a conversation with you, I'm going to start from the beginning and move forward. I won't assume that you know something. So this video is a video that was captured by law enforcement because they have that camera on their uniform. And this is a video in the hospital with the police talking to Alexee Trevizo. So I'll play this. It's 2 minutes. This video, I believe, is by Inside Edition. It's titled Teen Threw Baby in Trash After Giving Birth in Hospital Bathroom.
A teen is under arrest for allegedly killing her baby just after giving birth in a hospital bathroom. Police in Artesia, New Mexico released this body cam of the suspect, 19-year-old Alexee Trevizo, being confronted about the child's body being found.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
So let me pause it for just a second. So the white coat, that is the ER doctor. The kind of light beige jacket with the hood, that's Alexee Trevizo's mom sitting on the bed. And then to the right, this is the charge nurse for Artesia. Well, I don't even want to call the name of the hospital, but this is the charge nurse, okay? So I'll back it up just a few seconds. Because they're entering into the room to talk to Alexee Trevizo. And this is after the newborn's body was found in the hospital, and they have police there because they didn't want to talk to her without the police presence. I'll finish showing you the video, and then I'm going to tell you what the actual words of the HIPAA law is, okay?
Being confronted about the child's body being found.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this. I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth.
It was not crying or nothing.
Authorities say Trevizo denied being pregnant when she arrived at the emergency room with back pain, but medical staff determined she was pregnant. They say she went to the bathroom for 20 minutes and wouldn't open the door. When she finally emerged, staff claimed the bathroom was covered in blood. A custodian was called in to clean it up and discovered the body while taking out the trash.
So when I picked it up, I realized that it was like a little heavier than it would be with just toilet paper and a trash bag.
Trevizo's mother seemed to be shocked by the whole thing.
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months?
Nothing was crying.
Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that what they do to their babies and what they go to jail?
An autopsy performed on the baby boy determined he was breathing before he was put in a trash bag and deprived of oxygen, which caused his death, according to the report. Alexee Trevizo is charged with first-degree murder, intentional abuse of a child resulting in death, and tampering with evidence. Her attorney told a local news station that he has serious problems with the charge of first-degree murder, and he will tenaciously defend his client against it. For Inside Edition Digital.
Okay. So the reason I'm bringing the video up again is because of the article I'm about to read to you. I need to inform you of this information in the case. So let me tell you the words for the HIPAA law. We do that first. The HIPAA law, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act of 1996 is a federal law that establishes national standards to protect patients' health information. HIPAA applies to healthcare providers, plans, and clearinghouses that transmit health information through any communication method. The law requires that patients' health information, also known as protected health information, PHI, is not disclosed without their consent or knowledge. Now, I wanted to tell you that because now I'm going to get into the article that's by Inside Edition on insideedition.com. It's pretty hard because this is a difficult subject. I'm gonna put up a warning. If you're not able to handle these type of conversations involving the death of the newborn, what's going on legally with her, just this is a warning. Thank you for checking out this video. I totally understand. Maybe you will see me in a different video, a future video. You can check out my playlist on YouTube, but I have to talk about this case and share this information because what is the responsibility of the medical staff if they find that in this case, Mrs. Alexee Trevizo allegedly denied that she was pregnant, said that she was a virgin, that she allegedly was receiving her menstrual cycle every month. And she is denying the positive pregnancy result, the initial result, and then blood work was sent so they could see her hormone levels, her HCG levels to determine how far was she into the pregnancy. And she goes to the restroom. She's in there for 20 minutes to the point where the medical staff have to go and get a key to unlock the door. And she comes out, and then there's the blood on the floor, some on the wall, some on the toilet. Um, and then the newborn is found. And also, they heard a lot of flushing of the toilet. What is the proper response of the medical staff? They they looked at the baby, determined, made an evaluation that there would be no life-saving measures, that he was unalive, deceased. They called law enforcement to intervene because they felt it could possibly be a crime scene, a criminal act, because the baby was placed into the trash bag and the oxygen, the air was closed off. What were they to do? Before I even get in the article, I don't know how that's not protecting her medical records, her history. They're not transmitting anything to anyone. They're trying to determine, was the newborn baby relating to Alexee Trevizo, because she was the last person to use that restroom. They saw her walk out of it with the blood in the restroom, and immediately after the housekeeper goes to clean the restroom, the baby's lifeless body is found. So I'm not sure how this is tied to the HIPAA law. It's an investigation, it's a police investigation. Her medical history was not transmitted to anyone. They were in the process of transferring her once they realized, and she admitted that she gave birth and she was bleeding um, a lot. They had to transfer her to a different medical facility. But how does that have an impact on the HIPAA law? Anyway, let's get to the article. Let's get to the article because I don't want to belabor this. It's a hard enough situation to hear these devastating rulings about the evidence. And I'm really glad that the district attorney is appealing it, is appealing the judge decisions regarding the video and the uh, interactions between the medical staff, and saying that evidence cannot be allowed as testimony at the trial. But let's get to it. So we have it on InsideEdition.com. The title of the article is Judge Tosses Out Alexee Trevizo Alleged Confession to Doctor That She Gave Birth to Baby Found Dead in Trash. So the confession to the doctor that's found on the video is out, and most of the video, I believe all of the video is out. I don't know if they're going to take out the video where she's going from her hospital room to the bathroom because she's rushing. She's kind of holding her, private area, moving quickly. I don't know if they have video of her leaving out of the bathroom, but all of that video allegedly is out. So let's get to it. I think it's a big blow to the case that the jury would not see and hear that evidence and testimony. I'm sure, I'm hoping that they did a blood test to confirm that the DNA matches Alexee Trevizo and her stated boyfriend. And I'm going to play his video where the police briefly obtained his name. Okay. So this article is written by Chris Spargo. It's dated July 12, 2024. Dr. Heather Vasquez said to Alexee Trevizo, "We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom." According to the appeal, Trevizo allegedly said, and you heard it for yourself, I showed you the video, "I'm sorry. It came out of me. I didn't know what to do," according to the appeal. Prosecutors in the Alexee Trevizo criminal trial have filed a challenge to a recent ruling made by the judge in the case. A pair of orders filed by the court on May 13th and June 3rd sided with defense motions made in the case and ruled that all comments allegedly made by Trevizo in the presence of hospital staff, as well as all video footage of her taken inside the medical facility, would not be admissible in court. Let me read that to you a second time. A pair of orders filed by the court on May 13th and June 3rd sided with defense motions made in the case and ruled that all comments allegedly made by Trevizo in the presence of hospital staff, as well as all video footage of her taken inside the medical facility, would not be admissible in court. Drop the mic, bombshell, right? So, how does that relate to her medical records? How does that relate? It was times where some staff said that she was talking to them and they didn't want to ask her anything. It's really hard because if the medical facility and the staff, which is going to demonstrate testimony, what she said, her behavior, how she acted, the timing that she stayed in the bathroom, plus the video to show her running to the bathroom, show her coming out of the bathroom. If those things are not admissible, how do you demonstrate what happened? If she chooses not to testify, you can't ask her, did she do it? You can't ask her if it was her baby. If you can't put the medical staff as witnesses, how do you demonstrate what happened? We know there's a death. We know there's a newborn physical baby body. But how do you demonstrate what happened if she's not willing to testify? If the medical staff, the nurses, the doctor, the housekeeper, if they're not allowed to testify, how do you demonstrate that? I think it's it's a terrible ruling, both of them, right? It says that it's not admissible in court. They're saying comments that she made to the hospital staff. Are they allowed to testify to what they saw? What they heard? I don't think so. Are they allowed to just say what they saw, but they can't say what she said? Because how is that relating to her medical records? This is a hard one for me. Let's continue with the article. Trevizo has been charged with first-degree murder. Prosecutors say that the then teenager, and she was not a teenager, she was 19 years old when this happened. She was 19, but they're calling her a teenager. Oh, I don't want to get a headache from this. Prosecutors say that the then teenager gave birth to a baby boy in the bathroom of a hospital during a visit to the emergency room and put the baby inside a trash can. She then returned to her hospital bed without informing anyone about what happened until she was informed that staff had discovered a dead baby in the trash, according to prosecutors. Now we have to remember, will the nurse that was at her door, at the bathroom door, will he be allowed to testify that he had to get a key to unlock the door and she walked out and he saw the bathroom? That's not any conversation that she said. Like, what is actually going to be allowed and admissible as testimony? This is pretty damning for the prosecutors. This is really, really damning. But let's continue. Prosecutors say that, excuse me, the state of New Mexico is now challenging the decision by the 5th District to grant this motion and is specifically objecting to the judge ruling footage of Trevizo entering and exiting the bathroom where the baby was born is inadmissible, as well as her alleged confession to her doctor that she gave birth to the baby. I guess if they're not going to allow the video, they can have the nurse or doctors or whoever saw her go to the bathroom, and also the nurse that saw her exit the bathroom. They will have to get it through testimony because it doesn't sound like they want to use that video, which I don't really understand. I don't get that. But let's keep reading. Deputy District Attorney Ariane Gonzalez, who is representing the state of New Mexico in the case, writes in the appeal that HIPAA law did not apply to the initial conversation Trevizo had with her doctor in which she allegedly confessed to giving birth to the baby. According to the appeal, Dr. Heather Vasquez said to Trevizo, "We discovered a baby in the bathroom." Trevizo then allegedly said, "I'm sorry. It came out of me. I didn't know what to do," according to the appeal. So technically, the doctor made a statement. She didn't ask Alexis Trevizo anything, but she did make a statement. And Alexis Trevizo willingly, she could have said nothing or asked for an attorney. She didn't have to say anything, but the doctor made a statement. It wasn't accusatory, it was an open statement. The state argues in the appeal that Trevizo was not under arrest or restraint when she made that admission, and that the exchange between Trevizo and the physician did not rise to the level of police interrogation. Well, the police were there, so I guess if anyone had to ask her if she did it, it could have been the police officer. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Trevizo also waived any privilege when she made statements in the presence of her mother and law enforcement agents, argues the state. In objecting to the judge's decision to toss out the video of Trevizo as she enters and exits the bathroom both before and after giving birth, the state argues that video of the hallway was of a public place accessible in the hospital to others without any patient-physician privilege. Well, that's a good point because the hallways, anybody could walk through. That is a public area, whereas this was not a video in her actual, partly her going back and forth to the bathroom. That was public. That was a public hallway. It was not in her room. That video was not in her personal hospital room. There is no guarantee that the Supreme Court will accept the case. If it does, the earliest this case will be heard is September, as oral arguments are held the first 2 weeks of the month in January, March, May, July, September, and November. So they're saying that the earliest the Supreme Court could hear this case, any oral arguments would be in the month of September. This could affect the start of the trial, which is slated to begin August 26th. So the pretrial is set for July 22nd. The trial is set for August 26th, but it's highly unlikely this issue, the appeal of these two orders of the court, it has to be resolved. Either the Supreme Court can take the case or not, but it will have to be resolved before trial. So it's probably likely that this trial may not happen this year, depending on what the Supreme Court decides. Trevizo arrived at Artesia General Hospital complaining of severe back pain in the early morning hours of January 27, 2023. Tests were run by hospital staff who came to discover that Trevizo was pregnant, according to an arrest affidavit obtained by Inside Edition Digital. Those results had allegedly not yet been shared with Trevizo when she told a nurse she had to use the bathroom. A timeline of that bathroom trip is included in the arrest affidavit, which states that Trevizo first entered the bathroom at 1:39 a.m. and remained there for 20 minutes, leaving only when hospital staff threatened to open the door. Then, as staff started treating Trevizo once again, a member of the cleaning crew was called to the bathroom. A housekeeper was called to clean the large amount of blood inside the restroom. The housekeeper cleaned up the blood first and then went to take the trash can bag out of the trash can and found it to be much heavier than usual, reads the arrest affidavit. The housekeeper said she looked through the trash can and found a tied up trash can bag underneath other trash. The housekeeper then saw what she thought was a baby and immediately called in two nurses, according to the affidavit. Once informed of this information by Dr. Vasquez, Treviza said that she gave birth to the child but insisted the baby had been stillborn, according to the appeal. And you know what? Maybe this will also hurt her, because if there is no video of her making that statement that the baby did not breathe, how can she enter it? I guess if she testifies, which she probably won't, but if she does testify at her trial, she can assert that, but clearly she said that in the video. But if the video is not allowed, that also affects her defense, right? That means they can't use it either. And her stating that the baby didn't breathe would not really be as solid, I don't think. I don't know that it matters, because the medical examiner, um, it was determined that the baby did take a breath. And also, I think it was the way they found the bag. They said that there was condensation in the bag. So I think that may have been belabored breathing, because there's no oxygen. The oxygen is depleted and the baby suffocated. Anyway, let's keep going. Trevizo was allowed to go home and continue with her school year until the autopsy report came back showing that the child had air in his lungs and that there was evidence of a hemorrhage consistent with hypoxia. I want, because I said this word before, and I want to give the medical meaning of hypoxia. So, medically, hypoxia is an absence of enough oxygen in the tissues to sustain bodily functions. Okay. And I will add that to the Hidden Horror Facebook page. That is what hypoxia is. That's what I was describing with the suffocation, the lack of oxygen. You're not able to breathe, you suffocate. But I'm just giving it to you the short way. According to prosecutors, that finding is inconsistent with the claim Trevizo allegedly made to the hospital staff when she said the baby was not breathing. She was arrested on May 10th and charged with first-degree murder. So this is just to kind of shore up that when the incident happened in the hospital, the police did not effectuate an arrest. They did not arrest her on site. Again, she was being transported to a different medical facility to assist with her issues with losing so much blood. I believe she may have had to get a DNC to remove any other tissues or anything from giving birth. Um, so, yeah, she was being transported to another hospital. She was not arrested on site. Months had passed. Once the autopsy came back, they reviewed that, and that's when she was criminally charged with the first-degree murder and other charges. Okay, prosecutors fought against pretrial release, but the judge allowed it. The judge also allowed her not just to be released, but to attend college in person. Know that. So this judge is I believe he or she, because I don't know if it's a male or female, there's some sympathy there for Mrs. Trevizo, I believe. Um, where is the sympathy for the newborn baby that is helpless, can't do anything on his own? Nothing. Where's sympathy for him? And I know it's bad all around. It's bad for the baby. It's bad for her. But we choose every day in our actions. And she made a bad decision, and we can't overlook it, right? We have to stand up and we have to fight for the baby. Um, hey, if you don't want to have a child, give that baby up. Um, Hospitals, churches, a lot of places, fire departments, you can set the baby there, sit the baby in a safe manner, leave the baby. Um, Ring a doorbell and leave the baby. Try to give the baby up in a safe way versus do something like what Alexee Trevizo did. She's going to regret this. This is a terrible thing she did. But let's continue on. Trevizo attended prom and had planned to walk in her high school graduation while awaiting trial for murder, but ultimately her school asked that she not attend the ceremony. The judge also allowed her to attend college this past year, where some students started a petition demanding she be banned from campus. So again, I brought a video about that. Actually, a video about 14,000 signatures, but one of my great friends on Facebook let me know, hey, that petition is up to 20,000 signatures now. So if you want to sign that petition, if you're interested in that, it is online, okay? Let's continue. Let's wrap this up. Inside Edition Digital reached out to Trevizo's attorney for comment, but has not heard back. Trevizo's lawyer previously told Inside Edition Digital that she is innocent of all crimes and that she didn't realize she was pregnant until she started giving birth in the hospital on the morning of January 27th. Now, I have said this before. The issue is not that she was pregnant. The issue is not that she kept it a secret or she was unknowingly going on all these months pregnant but didn't know it. The issue is not that she showed up at the hospital saying she had back pain. The issue is not that this big secret she didn't want to reveal. The issue, when we narrowly focus, is what she did once she gave birth to her son. It's those actions. You have nurses knocking on the door. They want to know, do you need help? Do you need anything? There's probably a corridor or button you can push for help. You're at a hospital. You're physically at the hospital. You're at the medical facility. And you didn't tell anybody. You didn't bring the baby out. You didn't try to get yourself help. You didn't try to get your baby any help. You didn't disclose that you gave birth. It's all of those things that brought us to this point and why that is a first-degree murder charge. So I'm sticking to it. I hope that there is some um, relief if this case is picked up by the Supreme Court to overturn the judge's two decisions. However, if it's not, I have faith. I have faith that the right thing is going to happen, that the prosecutor will figure out a way to get all of the evidence that's needed in, witnesses in, outside of the video and outside of her statements. They will have to find a way to do it. I'm definitely going to think about some ways to do it. I know you have the medical staff. I know you have some of the pictures. I don't know if they had ever downloaded her phone to see her text messages. I don't know if they're thinking about having her boyfriend or her boyfriend's mother, even her mother, testify. But you will have to get that information. Maybe people that went to school with her, her closest friends, maybe she disclosed some information. There's been all kind of rumors. I'm not going to bring those rumors up, but I'm hoping that they can get around this terrible decision about the video footage and also Alexee Trevizo's statements to the medical staff. Using the HIPAA law, right? They didn't. Let me read the HIPAA law again, because they didn't transmit any of her information. Federal law that establishes national standards to protect patients' health information. How is that health information? They have found a deceased newborn. How is the police supposed to handle this subject? How? They have to ask questions. And again, she was not arrested on site. She was not interrogated. From the videos that I've seen, the police didn't interrogate her at all. They was obtaining her information because, again, she was being transported to another medical facility to see about all of her blood loss. She had lost a lot of blood, okay? I want to end this by sharing one last thing. It is the video where the police talk to the boyfriend slash father of the baby. I'll say alleged father of the baby. So let's get this. Okay. I think this is the one.
Shortly after a New Mexico teen admitted to putting her newborn baby in the trash, a police officer spoke with her parents and her boyfriend.
You'd be the Destin's grandmother?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
So that's her boyfriend.
Mr. Boyfriend, do you have a driver's license?
Devin Fierro was briefly questioned by a police officer in the hospital waiting room after it was revealed that his girlfriend, 19-year-old Alexee Trevizo, gave birth to a baby boy in a hospital room and put the child in a trash bag. The body was later discovered by a cleaning crew.
Yesterday, she said it was really bad, that her hips were hurting and her back. And then last night, we're on the phone together and she said her hips were hurting bad. I said, asked her if anything else was hurting. And she said just everything. And she went to sleep.
But she's a cheerleader too, so she's big in cheers. They have cheer competition. She works out. I mean,
And she's been active this whole time?
Yeah, she's been active this whole time.
How long have you all been together?
Almost 2 years.
2 years? Okay. So, not trying to be rude, but you are more than likely would be the father? Okay.
Yes.
These mothers shared a brief laugh of discomfort, which soon turned to sadness.
And they can help you with the afterlife care, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have any questions for me right now? Okay.
Alexee Trevizo claims she didn't know she was pregnant, and police say she told them that when the baby came out of her in the bathroom that it wasn't crying. She's been charged with first-degree murder, but her lawyer says she is innocent of the charges against her. She's due back in court in September. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Man, super sad. Super sad. They're saying, you're the grandmother, and the police officer is saying, you got to make the arrangements for the aftercare, the funeral, the death. Extremely sad. Yeah. Extremely sad. So let's just keep, this case, keep watching it and seeing where it goes, seeing if the Supreme Court is going to take it up to hear these arguments attached to the HIPAA law regarding the video footage and also the statements that were made to the medical staff. The statements appear to be voluntary for the most part. So this is a tough one, you guys, but I want to just thank you again for spending this time with me. I'm looking forward to the next couple of months and following the progression of either the Supreme Court taking the case on or the trial. The pretrial hearing is set for July 22nd. As of right now, I don't know if that's going to go because, again, I guess they can be setting up for it and still waiting to see if the Supreme Court is going to take the case or not. So again, thank you for spending this time with me. I want you to have a wonderful afternoon. Take care. Be well, all my friends. Be safe, be smart, be savvy. Bye, everybody. Bye.